Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey here, once again with another video on The Flash Season 3. Now this is going to be my trailer breakdown for the extended trailer for episode 19, otherwise entitled The Once and Future Flash. But before we get into anything else, let's actually watch the trailer.
Cisco, what happened to everybody?
That is something you're going to have to see for yourself.
You're from before she dies, aren't you?
2024, I made it.
Tell me who Savitar is. We'll stop him before he even tries.
You are gonna be so surprised when you find out.
You're in for a world of pain.
The Flash. All new episodes return Tuesday, April 25th on the CW.
Now, this is pretty similar to the original trailer that came out just after episode 18 a couple of weeks back, but it does include a few extra shots and some updated CGI to certain scenes, which just makes it better. They have labeled it as an extended trailer, which is fair enough, I guess, even though I personally wouldn't go as far to call it an extended trailer. Now, we'll be going over this trailer in a different manner than I usually would, as I don't just want to go over stuff that I've already gone over, which even like the first time around wasn't the most interesting stuff to point out. I will instead be going over the new footage while referencing some footage from the older trailer when it's necessary. Now, The Flash is back in under 2 weeks. Like, they released this trailer with, exactly 2 weeks to go, but I'm a day late on making my video on it. They might release another trailer for it next week just to, advertise it a bit more, but I wouldn't be expecting it. But don't be surprised if it does drop, if you know what I mean. Now, this episode is actually directed by Tom Cavanagh, who plays all the versions of Harrison Wells, so that's pretty awesome. I think he's the first actor on the show to direct an episode, so we might see more of that next season especially, but it's actually cool that it's finally happened. It happened on Smallville a lot, so it's cool to finally see it happen on The Flash. Now, they did release a synopsis for this episode, I think last week, so we will go over that. Before that though, if you do go on to enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. Barry travels to the future to find out Savitar's still unknown identity in the hopes of saving Iris. Upon his arrival in 2024, Barry encounters future versions of his Team Flash friends who, following the death of Iris, have become very different people profoundly impacted by their showdown with Savitar. It will be up to Barry to infuse a sense of hope back into the team as he proves to be the hero his future friends have been waiting for. Meanwhile, back in 2017, the hunt for Killer Frost continues. So that synopsis or description is pretty damn interesting in regards to the future events in 2024 that we will see play out. We know that Barry in 2024 is going to be broken after the death of Iris, but how will the rest of Team Flash be? It does say Barry will have to infuse hope back into his team, which could be seen as silly, as his future most likely will cease to exist if he is able to change things back in 2017. But the synopsis may have been referring to future Barry, and it is the Barry from 2017 that, inspires him to infuse that hope into the other members of the future Team Flash. So the first news shot from this trailer is Barry actually arriving in 2024 from 2017. Now, if you didn't know, this episode will air on April 25, 2017, which is actually my birthday, and Barry should technically travel to April 25, 2024, 7 years in the future, which is the same date as the one on the newspaper from the future that is in the Star Labs time vault. The events of that newspaper are most likely not going to occur, but in the other trailer you do see a newspaper hit Barry, so you would have to assume this has a different front page than the one in the time vault, which you would have to guess would make Barry realize more has changed than he actually thought, so the time vault is a bit slow on updating what's happening in the future. One thing which I do actually want to focus on quickly, which was in the first trailer and now this newer one as well, is the shot of Barry visiting Wally, wheelchair bound, in a hospital. This is most likely the best example of the profound impact of the showdown with Savitar, which is detailed in the synopsis, that we will actually see before the episode comes out. Some of Team Flash may have been mentally and psychologically affected following both the death of Iris and the showdown against Savitar, but others may have been physically affected, which I think is what we are seeing here with Wally. I am extremely interested to see what happened to Wally, but in regards to what I think happened to him, my best guess would be that Savitar didn't actually do this to Wally, but Wally had to do this to himself to help defeat Savitar. Maybe Wally was the one to sacrifice part of himself to take Savitar down, and Barry wasn't strong enough or, courageous enough to actually do the same thing, which would add another reason as to why Barry is the way he is in 2024, all broken and, secluded from everything else. Now, the Killer Frost stuff in this trailer, it's the same shots from the other trailer, it's just with some new stuff, I guess. But quickly before we get onto that, the synopsis does say that Killer Frost will be hunted in 2017, which did have a lot of people questioning whether we will actually see her in 2024 as well. My answer to that is most likely not. They will most likely just reference Caitlin, not fully go into what happened to her though, as that could potentially spoil stuff. They could be, that could be coming up for Killer Frost in the near future, whether that be this season or season 6. So I think they'll mention Caitlin, they just won't talk about Killer Frost when it comes to 2024. But back to those shots of Killer Frost from the trailer though. We saw both of them in the other trailer, this one with her in like a coat or blazer of some sort, it's probably her leaving Star Labs, and then this one with her hand like grazing or brushing against the wall. In the first trailer there were no effects, but in this one there are, these cool frosty ice effects which are really sick. The reason the first one didn't have the effects is due to timing. They only wrapped filming for this episode just over a week before the first trailer went online, so they wouldn't have had the time to add the special effects to the footage and then edit it into a trailer. You may have noticed that all the new clips in this trailer were ones that contained special effects. So if you go back to the original trailer, not too many, if any at all, I guess, scenes that had special effects. But in this one, there's a decent amount of them, and they're all new footage. So yeah, that should tell you that they had only just wrapped filming for this episode before this trailer hit the web. And the last thing to go over from this newer, extended trailer for episode 19 is the villains that Barry will be coming up against in 2024. And those villains are Mirror Master and Top, or the Bonnie and Clyde of The Flash. You do see Barry under Top's trance, if you want to call it that, where everything goes all Inception and trippy on you, as you can see by his yellow eyes. I actually am very interested to see both Mirror Master and Top back in this episode, as seeing this is in 2024, you would hope they would be more skillful with their abilities, especially when it comes to taking on the Flash, because you would think from now, like 2017 up to 2024, that they may have taken the Flash on a handful of times and gotten used to his tricks and stuff like that, and how to get the upper hand on him. You do see Mirror Master and Top in two different scenes in this trailer. One is in the daylight and the other one is at nighttime. The daylight scene in which they are in, I'm pretty sure, is straight after Barry arrives in 2024. They appear to be on the same street or alley that Barry shoots out into earlier on in the trailer. It is important to remember that Barry did struggle to defeat them earlier on this season, and he actually did have the help of Jesse Quick, even though Jesse Quick was sort of a hindrance earlier on in that episode. So you would think he would struggle again, especially seeing that Mirror Master and Top would most likely be tougher to take down this time around because, as I said, you would hope they have got more skillful with their abilities. And again, as I said earlier, the second scene is at nighttime with Mirror Master and Top in the distance. You can just see them back here, and Barry is tripping out on some Inception again. Now this is where it looks like future Flash will show up to save 2017 Barry and show off that snazzy new suit of his. So you would have to guess around half the time spent here in the future will be going over Savitar stuff and what happened to Team Flash and all that stuff, and the other half would be dealing with Mirror Master and Top. Maybe a bit more would be spent with the Savitar stuff actually, because I'm just going through my head, would they really be able to split that? I think the Savitar stuff is much more important than dealing with Mirror Master and Top, so maybe like a quarter of the time spent in the future will be dealing with Mirror Master and Top. But that's not a lot of time, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens in the episode. But as I said, the show is back in just under 2 weeks. I'm very excited for it to come back. The break's actually gone pretty quick now that I think about it. There have been some other shows coming around to, fill that void that has been missing. But if you did not watch my Arrow video yesterday, be sure to check it out on some Deathstroke news. He's actually confirmed to come back, and maybe another character is coming back as well. My next video will most likely be on Arrow again. You might be able to guess what it is if you have Twitter and stuff like that and have seen some of the pictures that have come out, but I'm going to put a bit of a twist on it, if you know what I mean, so be out on the lookout for that video. But thanks for watching, guys. If you did enjoy the video, be sure to leave a like on it just to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below what you're looking forward to most in this episode. What do you think is going on with Wally? Do you think maybe he, you know, sacrificed part of himself to help take down Savitar? Or do you think Savitar just manhandled him and absolutely just broke him, but didn't kill him? And I guess I may as well ask, who do you think Savitar is? Because, I don't know, they're most likely going to reveal in this episode, you would think, so may as well leave who you think Savitar could be one last time in the comments. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys, and goodbye.